wars of the colonial empire. And what Churchill had said, "I hate Indians. They are beastly people with beastly religion, and the famine was their own fault for breeding like rabbits." This was his own words against the Hindus, 29 million Hindus who had died, who were starved to death. From 1933 to 1950, the famines in Bengal were continuing for decades. In spite of this, colonial empire exported the grains to other countries where it was not even required, causing even more deaths in Bengal. Their PM denied it, claiming that the Hindus deserved it because they bred like rabbits. But there was no Stats Education Board Indian history books that talk about this part of the Hindu Holocaust. And in 1971, the Bangladeshi Hindu genocide killed up to 3 million people. It was the genocidal rape of 350,000 women, 10 million Hindus who had to flee the country, and 30 million who became internally displaced. And we are seeing how in the Hindu population in Bangladesh is dwindling, with less than half a drop from 1951 to 2011. 22.05% of the population were Hindu in 1951, and 60 years later, only 8.5% of the population is Hindu. Although so many people were killed and raped, this is purposely omitted from all Indian history in these books. This topic is completely denied and not discussed in any part of the world, neither as a war casualty nor as a religious persecution. From 1990 to 2018, for a long time until recently, the suffering of the persecuted Kashmiri Hindus was ignored and their human rights absolutely denied. The Indian media mafia repeatedly suppressed the atrocities done on Hindus by purposely not giving it any coverage. And denial of persecution continued in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the persecution against S.P. Hedge. Here we're seeing a media article where 600 police were deployed for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as it is claimed on the media. And it's saying over 600 police personnel were stationed within the court premise in a two-pronged attack mode. On the 14th of June 2012, the state, on the chief minister's order, mobilized a 600 battalion paramilitary police force and fueled in $3 crore, $1.5 million for unlawful body arrest and parade of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The High Court termed the entire exercise as for order and as illegal and abusive power. The state and media always denied the persecution that they executed. And once again, another example of denial and diverting attention from times of persecution is how they denied the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in media attacks in 2019 by trying to say that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is slandering India, or in any case, the next slide please, or trying to say that he was a traitor. Again and again, they tried to deny that there was a persecution that was happening against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Hinduism in its entirety. And this is exactly what even people do against the Jewish Holocaust nowadays. Jewish Holocaust deniers are the people who still are believing and reinforcing Nazi agenda and trying to revive that in some sense. In the same way, there are so many people, anti-Hindu militant forces themselves, who parade in social media all over the world how the Hindu Holocaust is not real and the persecution against the Pontiff of Hinduism is not real. We have to understand that genocide is not an accident. There is a science behind it, and anybody can be targeted. And let's understand in a very example how the 7 stages of genocide were used on the Tasmanian devil. Now let's understand just this animal. It's a dog-sized animal belonging to the biological family of kangaroos and was labeled as the Tasmanian devil and pushed to extinction by killing in large numbers. Now let's see the first step. The being was named as a devil. The animal was not killed for food. It was killed because it was considered a devil. It was isolated from other beings, and just as how this being's mass killing was done by calling it the devil, same way mass killings of humans have been done by calling them thugs in 1971, and godmen in 1950 to 2020, and thieves in the 2020 Palgar sadhus murders. Number 2, program confusion. Once again, it was falsely claimed that they were a threat to livestock and animals that were hunted for fur. It was also falsely claimed that they ate human beings. General people did not dig to find the reasons why they were called devils. They were misled to recognize the animals as demonic and worthy of being killed. And 3, exploiting weaknesses. As the being was an animal, it had no say in the false propaganda built against it. Since the humans were doing this, they were not native to the land. They were easy to convince to commit such an atrocity. And again, justification propaganda. The fact that they were characterized and labeled as a devil, and the very word has a negative image attached to it, it was too easy to kill the animals. Killing these animals would be seen like a social service. And silent assassination. Until adverse effects on the nature were noticed, neither did people bother to stop killing them, nor did people realize any reason to protect them. All of them were very silently killed in large numbers. And here we have one of the highlights from Tasmanian devils, saying Tasmanian devils could restore mainland ecosystems. Reintroducing Tasmanian devils to mainland could improve biodiversity by limiting the spread of red foxes and feral cats in habitats where dingoes have been culled, and new studies suggest. So as you can see, the benefit of Tasmanian devils and how it could literally change the entire ecosystem around it was never noticed until they were entirely extinct. And again, we have the relentless persecution. People indiscriminately kept killing the being for many years. From 1941 to 2008, around 80% of these beings have been killed. And finally, denial. Till today, there is false narrative that the Tasmanian devil kills people is a lie. And it is still completely untrue. Till today, it is portrayed negatively in the tourism campaign. And even after all the false narratives and exaggerations have been scientifically debunked, people recognize it as the devil. The entire Wikipedia page addresses it as the devil. The present status, the species was listed as vulnerable under the Tasmanian Threatened Species Protection Act in 1995. In 2005, and the Australian Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act in 1999 and 2006, which means that it is at risk of extinction in the medium term. Yes, we can go to the picture. So now we understand how the 8 stages of persecution actually happen, and how this has been repeatedly done against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Now, just to recap, I request the NTP volunteers to project the slide from the 8 stages of persecution flight at the very beginning. We're just going to recap the entire 8-stage process and understand how this is a systemized attack against cultures and against so many different people. Yes. So this is the process of executing a persecution. And each one of the stages here is defined. 1, segregation and isolation, the divide and rule act. The act of isolating from the human family to make him vulnerable and easy to persecute. 2 is program confusion, making it impossible for victim and society to make intelligent, conscious decisions about violence against the victim. The 3rd is exploiting weaknesses of the public. Traits and weaknesses of the targeted individual or community are leveraged. And justification propaganda, a targeted propaganda to drive ideology into a society to justify the acts of violence against the victim. The 5th is silent assassination, where carrying out assassinations using silent means like anonymous mob, so that no one may be blamed and it may be conveniently dismissed as an accident, a natural occurrence, or a suicide. The 6th is relentless persecution, the repeat the mass attempts to kill until the entire community is exterminated and no evidence of crime remains. No one is available even to tell the truth. And the 7th is the denial and diverting attention from the crimes of persecution. Rewriting persecution history, denying the hiding and the crimes of persecution, and blaming the victims for the death. Ultimately, no one is held accountable for so many millions of people who've been traumatized, who are suffering, and who have died. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has worked so hard in the last 3 years to ensure, in some way or form, the Hindus have some kind of recognition for the amount of persecution going on. And he's even declared that in the United States, in Washington, D.C., that he will make sure that there is a museum for the Hindu Holocaust, ensuring that the world understands what Hindus have undergone. And the untold story of the Hindu Holocaust is untold no longer. In this way, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has literally done the most to ensure that Hindus have a voice, an international platform to have our stories, what has happened to Hindus, be recognized. And today, the United Nations has recognized the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and recognized the persecution done against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, especially the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the denial of rights of the women of Kailasa. I request all of the viewers to go to the link in the description or the scroll below and understand how for yourself, check out how the United Nations has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and ensure that you're spending a few minutes to share this with as many people as possible. You can share with your family and friends first, or you can share on your Facebook wall, our Twitter feed, and please also share to the people who have a larger audience, who are influential and can bring out the untold story of the Hindu Holocaust and the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to more and more people. I request each and every one of you to take a few minutes now to share with as many people as possible the link in the scroll below, And now in July, we are observing the Hindu Persecution Awareness Month, especially in the time when we are simultaneously celebrating the occasion of Guru Purnima. It is also extremely important for each and every one of us to ensure we do not take for granted the gurus who have sacrificed everything in order to pass on the science of Sanatana Hindu Dharma to the next generation and ensure the world is protected from all negative energies. It is because of the work and the leaders of Sanatana Hindu Dharma who have brought the science of Sanatana Hindu Dharma to the world that today even the world exists even. There is so many amount of nuclear weapons in the world, even to just destroy it 7 times, time and time again. And if not for the Hindu leaders, the great Paramahamsas, such as even Paramahamsa Yogananda, Osho, even Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, and even Swami Vivekananda, until the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, if it's not for the great leaders of Sanatana Hindu Dharma who have worked tirelessly to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma and bring it to the world, we would have seen the end of the world long back. Now, during this pralaya, as the world is seeing such tragedy in every single direction, and literally so much corruption, violence that is happening, it is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism who is spearheading a way to live an enlightened, higher lifestyle through the revival of the Hindu civilizational nation, Kailasa. Kailasa is the only way we can protect Hindus and Hinduism, even if we just want our next generation to understand and benefit from Hinduism as we have. All of the Hindus out there, if we are enjoying and cherishing anything from Hinduism, whether it is the stable family structure that we have learned from Lord Rama, or the sciences that we have contributed to the world by the ancient Vedic rishis, or any different great contribution, if we are enjoying that today, it is because of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and it is because of the Hindu gurus who have sacrificed everything to bring that down to our generation. We have to take responsibility to protect gurus, recognize the Guru Parampara, and ensure that we are giving our gratitude and taking responsibility to continue on the Guru Parampara. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the sole leader, the last lamp for Hinduism and reviving Hinduism. And we each and every one of us have a role and responsibility in reviving Kailasa as he is spearheading this grand revival of Kailasa. Once again, I encourage each and every one of the viewers to go to the link in the scroll below, and you can share with all of your friends, with everyone, about the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Finally, because of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his hard work to ensure the international audience has a way and understands the truth of what's going on against Hindus, finally, each and every one of us has a voice, a way to retell the story of the Hindu Holocaust. So let us take a few minutes and share. And we're coming to the conclusion of today's segment on this series on for the Hindu Persecution Awareness Month. You can ensure that you are doing your part by sharing this link with as many people as possible. If you are Hindu, let us reclaim our Hindu identity today and ensure that we take responsibility in some way or form to make sure that everyone knows what has happened against Hindus, and as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, what he bore, what sacrifice he did to revive the nation of Kailasa. So with this, I'll now conclude this segment of the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Every single day, we are spending just an hour of this program in order to share with all of you what is the truth behind the persecution and the Hindu Holocaust and what actually has happened. Please stay tuned and join us back for the further segments in this series as we are continuing to observe the Hindu Persecution Awareness Month. We'll now end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Harihi Om Tat Tat Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamustu. Om Shanti. Thank you, Nityanandam.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become e-Kailashians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity. Withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world.
All powerful cognitions, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
ಕಂಡಾರೆ ಕಾಣಾದದ ಕಂಡಾರೆ கண்டாரே காணாதத கண்டாரே ஒரு வீடு ஒரு கூடு அட எதுவும் கிடையாதே சாக்காடு பிடிமூப்பு அதையெல்லாம் கடந்தாரே கண்டாரே கைலாசம் கண்டாரே கூத்தாடும் சடையாண்டி அதை குறியா கொண்டாரே காத்தோடு கதை பேசி சிவஞானம் கண்டாரே பத்தோட ஓரட்டு பத்தோட 18 சித்தர்கள் விளையாட்டு எத்தனை பேருக்கு தந்தாரோ விளையாட்டு சித்தங்கா போக்கு சிவம்போக்கு என சொன்னாரே பித்தங்கா போக மருந்தாக தனம் வந்தாரே வடகாசி தென்காசி வழியோரன் சித்தரடி அடியாத்தி முடிஞ்சாக்கா அடையாளம் கண்டுபிடி கண்டாரே காணாதத கண்டாரே கண்டாரே கைலாசம் கண்டாரே கண்டாரே காணாதத கண்டாரே ஒரு வீடு ஒரு கூடு அட எதுவும் கிடையாதே சாக்காடு பிடிமூப்பு அதையெல்லாம் கடந்தாரே கண்டாரே கைலாசம் கண்டாரே கூத்தாடும் சடையாண்டி அதை குறியா கொண்டாரே காத்தோடு கதை பேசி சிவஞானம் கண்டாரே பத்தோட ஓரட்டு பத்தோட 18 சித்தர்கள் விளையாட்டு எத்தனை பேருக்கு தந்தாரோ விளையாட்டு சித்தங்கா போக்கு சிவம்போக்கு என சொன்னாரே பித்தங்கா போக மருந்தாக தனம் வந்தாரே வடகாசி தென்காசி வழியோரன் சித்தரடி அடியாத்தி முடிஞ்சாக்கா அடையாளம் கண்டுபிடி கண்டாரே காணாதத கண்டாரே கண்டாரே கைலாசம் கண்டாரே கண்டாரே காணாதத கண்டாரே ஒரு வீடு ஒரு கூடு அட எதுவும் கிடையாதே சாக்காடு பிடிமூப்பு அதையெல்லாம் கடந்தாரே கண்டாரே கைலாசம் கண்டாரே கூத்தாடும் சடையாண்டி அதை குறியா கொண்டாரே காத்தோடு கதை பேசி சிவஞானம் கண்டாரே பத்தோட ஓரட்டு பத்தோட 18 சித்தர்கள் விளையாட்டு எத்தனை பேருக்கு தந்தாரோ விளையாட்டு சித்தங்கா போக்கு சிவம்போக்கு என சொன்னாரே பித்தங்கா போக மருந்தாக தனம் வந்தாரே வடகாசி தென்காசி வழியோரன் சித்தரடி அடியாத்தி முடிஞ்சாக்கா அடையாளம் கண்டுபிடி கண்டாரே காணாதத கண்டாரே கண்டாரே கைலாசம் கண்டாரே
ஐயா சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர ஐயா சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர வரவரிய கை செலவரிய பரசிவ திருவடி மறந்தறிய சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர சிவ 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 ரகர ரகர சிவ 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 ரகர சாமி வழியறிய கொண்ட வழியறிய பாவ புண்ணியம் நான் அறிய குலமறியேன் பிறநலமறிய நீலகண்டன மறந்தறிய சிவ 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 ரகர ரக
நித்யானந்தேஸ்வர பரமசிவ சமாரம்பாம் நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி பரமசக்தி மத்யமாம் अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्
I welcome you all with my love and blessings. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanidar Kotari, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world through Nityananda TV, Kailasa's HN TV. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Paramashiva's direct message from Kailasa. Listen. Your experience about you is conscious sovereignty. In reality, your experience about you is conscious sovereignty. Your prenatal, postnatal habits listen intensely. The conscious sovereignty is the core of your reality. Your prenatal, postnatal habits cannot bind you or chain you. Prenatal habits are called karmas. Postnatal habits are called patterns. Both together can be called as mind. Mind which chains you, binds you with your prenatal, postnatal patterns, habits, attitudes, karmas cannot bind you in reality. Listen. I am revealing the truth as it is. This is literally Nirvana Diksha. Truth as it is, without being clothed, dressed, or any makeup. Raw, straight, wild, real truth as it is. Your conscious sovereignty is your reality. Your prenatal patterns and habits and karmas, postnatal patterns and habits and karmas, nothing can actually bind you. Nothing can actually chain you. Understand? Your delusion, you are bound, itself is an illusion. I'll tell you. I'll give you one example. My Guru Arunagiri Yogeshwara told me very clearly one statement. கண்ணு, பிரம்மாண்டத்துல இருக்கிறதாம்பா பிண்டாண்டத்துல இருக்கு. நீ தினம் பார்க்கிற ஜாக்கிரத் சொப்ன சுஷுப்தி இந்த 3 நிலைகளையும் புரிஞ்சதுனாலே 25 துரியாதீதம் வரைக்கும் முழுசா எல்லா நிலையும் புரிஞ்சிரும்பா, அனுபவம் ஆயிடும். I'll translate in English. He told me, whatever is in the cosmos, macrocosm, is in the microcosm. Whatever you go through in your deep sleep, dream and waking state, if you start understanding, you will realize all the 25 states up to Turyadita and experience. This is the formula, basic formula he gave me. Understand this formula. I'll give you more detailed, deeper revelations when you wake up from a nightmare. You always feel bad for suffering those few seconds or minutes in the nightmare. Instead of celebrating, you are free from it. Same way, whenever you are out of delusion by a powerful cognition, celebrate. You are out of delusion due to powerful cognition. Don't try to repent, feel powerless, guilty about the delusion with which you suffered. Listen, actually, in reality, delusion itself is because of your non-involvement, inactivity, withdrawal. When an elephant sleeps, even a wolf and fox will try to bite his leg. Listen. When an elephant sleeps, wolf and fox will try to bite his leg. When a lion is fast asleep, even wolves and foxes will try to eat the meat. Listen carefully. I'll repeat. Because the lion is sleeping, wolves and foxes get the courage to come near the lion, try to eat the leftover meat. Because the elephant is sleeping, wolves and foxes will try to come and bite the feet of the elephant, try to take a bite. Because you are not involved with yourself, even your delusion is invited upon you. Listen. Why you have nightmare? Because you fell into the lower conscious identity. Your decision to fall into the lower conscious identity naturally invites nightmare in you. Your decision to wake up to the higher identity not only will throw away the nightmare, it can throw away all delusions and illusions. when you have delusions, illusions, sufferings, do not try to work on facts, figures, informations. Work on your identity. If you are having a nightmare, a tiger is chasing you, you are about to fall from a cliff below, lake filled with crocodiles, too many poisonous snakes, don't try to get a gun and try to kill all the animals. Don't try to work with the scene. Stupidest, most foolish thing is trying to work with the scene before attending to your lower conscious identity. Even if you kill all the tigers, elephants, crocodiles, animals you are seeing in your nightmare, you will see new animals will be immediately replaced. Listen. Working on your conscious reality will wake up your conscious sovereignty in you that will solve millions of problems you are facing in your life, even in a very practical, strategic way. You always think, will my conscious sovereignty help me to strategize and win in my life? You think, oh, if I am awakened, achieve conscious sovereignty, I may leave all this and that way all my problems will be solved. But I wanted to play this game and very strategically, successfully. Hey, I am telling you, wake up to the higher conscious sovereignty. You will be amazingly strategic. Amazingly strategic. Successful. Extremely blissful. Declare your conscious sovereignty, supremacy over your prenatal, postnatal karmas and patterns, habits, attitudes. Everything you acquired before your birth, prenatal, after your birth, postnatal. Declare your conscious sovereignty, conscious supremacy over all that. All that. Prenatal, postnatal cannot bind you. Cannot bind you. How your nightmares cannot bind you. Even when you go through your nightmares, you are not really affected. Listen. In your nightmare, if you are seeing a snake biting you, a poisonous snake biting you, it's not that your body really gets poisoned and you die. No. All nightmare is designed ultimately to wake you up. All delusions are designed ultimately to enlighten you. Shani comes in your life. Rahu comes in your life only to wake you up to Guru and give you enlightenment. Understand? Even your delusion is nothing more than you just slapping your face and waking yourself. How sometimes in the morning you wash your face and just slap yourself and wake you up, or stretch your body, do yoga and make yourself fully awake. Same way, your delusions are designed to wake you up. Listen. Your realization of your conscious sovereignty will bring ultimate relationship between you and me. You know, you are Paramashiva, I am Paramashiva, and with extreme oneness, how you love you, you will love me. Only a person who realizes his conscious sovereignty, his relationship with me, it will be eternal. I trust only that relationship. This is the chastity of your soul consciousness. This Guru Purnima, I give you all the gift, establishing relationship between you and me, conscious sovereignty centered. You are conscious sovereign being, Paramashiva. And I am Paramashiva, you are Paramashiva. How you love you, same way you love me. How I love me, same way I love you. We both love ourselves and each other in oneness. I give you all this sweet gift of conscious sovereignty centered relationship between you and me as Guru Purnima Prasada. From today, I'll help you all till Guru Purnima to align the conscious sovereignty centered relationship. See, if we had our relationship diluted, deluded, in course of time, little greed, little fear, that your greed, you want some boon from me, your fear, you want me to save you from some problems. If all that got added, nothing wrong, you don't need to worry about it. It is just a small delusions. But now let us revive, re-establish our relationship, conscious sovereignty centered. Understand? Many times my disciples come and tell me, you all the time train only me, find only faults on me. See, the other person is also having the same problem, but you don't tell anything to them. Listen. When I am correcting you, working on you, cleaning your patterns, how do you expect I will not do the same on the other person also? I do it when you don't see, or the way you can't see. But with each one I am working to evolve our relationship conscious sovereignty based. Understand? The truths I am talking today is the pure Nirvana Diksha. Listen carefully. Your reality means Jiva Tattva, Jiva Satya. Your existence's reality is conscious sovereignty. And with that same realization, you are a conscious sovereign being. Relating with Paramashiva is the love centered on oneness. Paramadvaita Bhakti. You know, you are conscious sovereign being and your Guru is conscious sovereign being. As you love you, you love your Guru. It is due to the oneness you feel with your Guru, you love him deeply. Jiva relating with Ishvara should be through this Paramadvaita Bhakti. Ultimate oneness centered Bhakti. First. Second, your Jiva, soul, which declares conscious sovereignty over this Jagat world, manifests most powerful existence and life, Ishwaratva, over this whole existence. That is the core principle, truth, from which all power manifestation happens. So understand, you declaring your conscious sovereignty is jnana, knowledge of the truth. Yukti, powerful yukti, and buddhi, powerful knowledge. You, with that same realization of conscious sovereignty, in love with Paramatma, Parabrahma, Parandama, Paramashiva, Paramburul, the Guru, who gives you this knowledge, having oneness and love with that being, is Parama Bhakti, the ultimate Bhakti. You declaring your conscious sovereignty over this Jagat is PARASHAKTI, ultimate power. Listen. You declaring conscious sovereignty, realizing that as a reality, deciding to live it is Buddhi, the greatest Parama Buddhi. You, with that same realization of conscious sovereignty, connecting with your Guru, loving him as you love you, because you are also Paramashiva, he is also Paramashiva. In that oneness, loving him is Parama Bhakti. You declaring your conscious sovereignty within you and conscious supremacy over this Jagat is PARASHAKTI, power manifestation. Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat, these three, when it becomes centered on conscious sovereignty, you are Paramashiva. Listen. Even now you are Paramashiva. Realizing it is the Paramayukti, ultimate truth and strategy for life. I'll tell you. In the cosmic level, Paramashiva has 5 of his dimensions: creation, sustenance, rejuvenation, destruction and rejuvenation, putting in and pulling out of delusion, and liberation. All these 5. In your microcosmic life, in your Pindanda microcosmic level, you play the same game. Every day, the new cells getting created, new organs getting manifested in your body is your creation. All of you need to know. Including your brain, everything gets newly created. New cells are created every minute, every second. This is your creation. In microcosmic level, in macrocosmic level, the planets which manifest planets are getting created. In microcosmic level, the cells are created. In the macrocosmic level, whatever is created is continuously getting sustained. In microcosmic level, the body you create is getting sustained. The life you manifest is getting sustained by you. You continuously breathing, inhaling and exhaling, keeping you alive is sustenance, maintenance in microcosmic level. In the macrocosmic level, destruction, rejuvenation, samhara is black holes swallowing big bangs. In the microcosmic level, the old cells getting killed and new cells getting formed is rejuvenation, samhara. In your body, in your microcosmic level, Pindanda level. Same way, in the Brahmanda level, the delusion is cosmos creating deluges, pralayas to rejuvenate itself, clean itself. I told you, this year, not just corona, there are so many other natural calamities. To clean the collective negativity will happen. This deluge, pralaya, will clean up a lot of collective negativity. You can see the heat wave all over the world. all the Panchabhutas playing and aligning itself. In the cosmic level, this is the delusion, Throbhava going on. In the macrocosm, Pindanda level, you forgetting your existence as Paramashiva, higher reality, falling into the nightmares and going through, is the small scale Throbhava. Delusion in the Pindanda, microcosmic level you go through. In the cosmic level, Brahmanda level, liberation, Anugraha is Paramashiva himself manifesting as this Nijavadara Nityananda and making this Kailasa happen. And guiding all the beings in microcosmic level, Pindanda level, you receiving these powerful cognitions and liberating yourself from all this deluge by holding on to the Guru's feet is the liberation happening in you. Understand, whatever is happening in Brahmanda, macrocosm, is happening in your Pindanda, microcosm. So don't worry about your delusions. Don't be powerless about it. Don't try to work with the facts and figures externally. Don't try to work with the seen. Work on the seer. I tell you, listen carefully. When Krishna declares his state, space, powers, being, how he is and his conscious sovereignty, whoever listened to him reached the Parandama, Vaikunta, his space. At the same time, Shishubala was trying to portray, describe how Krishna is. Whoever listened to Shishubala lived in Shishubala's space and got destroyed. When I declare about me, my state, my space, my being, my consciousness, if you connect with that, you will enjoy Kailasa and the ultimate space, conscious sovereignty I am manifesting. Instead, if you try to do independent research, independent investigation, the druggies, rapists, devil worshippers, racists, this gang, how they try to portray me, describe me, like how Shishubala, Saguni, all of them try to describe Krishna. Same way, these culinaries, rapists, child rapists, druggies, devil worshippers, when this gang try to describe me, abuse me, and if you listen to them, their words, you will be in their space and get destroyed. You will become druggy, you will become them and get destroyed. Because with whom you relate and connect, whose words you decide to believe, you get their bioenergy. That is why I again and again tell you, if you are doing your independent investigation based on the opinions of the druggies, child rapists, racists, criminals, culnaries, and devil worshippers, you will only reach their space, rot and die in their space. Listen. That is why it is important to connect with how Krishna introduces himself, not how Shaguni or Shishubala introduces Krishna. Listen. Intensely, consciously, ferociously decide to work on your conscious sovereignty. It's extremely exciting, fresh, alive experience of beautiful sunrise. Conscious sovereignty is the beautiful sunrise. I tell you, if you don't have a good friends to inspire you, don't talk to anyone, don't spend time with anyone, just spend time with my satsangs. That's the best friend you can have for yourself to enlighten you. Wrong friends will destroy your life. All those people who tell you, you should do your own independent investigation, they will put their shit on your mouth. They will nicely cook it. It may even feel tasty sometimes, spicy. Only when it goes inside you will realize the impact of it. Understand? Falling into the delusion is not wrong, but not coming out is wrong. Falling into the delusion is not wrong, but not coming out is wrong. If any fear or greed, knowingly or unknowingly entered between guru-disciple relationship, now is the time purifying it, rejuvenating it, pulling out of delusion and liberating yourself, getting back, aligning to conscious sovereignty centered relationship. Conscious sovereignty centric relationship. Conscious sovereignty centric buddhi, bhakti, shakti. Conscious sovereignty centric buddhi, bhakti, shakti. I tell you, have right friends who inspire your conscious sovereignty, enlightenment, and right Guru Bhakti. If you don't have that kind of friends, better don't relate with them. Don't relate with anyone. Just spend time with yourself, watching my satsang, reading my books. That will inspire you, raise you to experience conscious sovereignty. I tell you. This deluge, pralaya, brings many delusions. Lies looks like facts. See, when you are boiling with insecurity, any person giving you any information which may look like a fact, you will take that as a truth and make stupid decisions. Like this Shishubala and Saguni, when they abuse Krishna, they always get some facts, some figures, some ideas as a evidence for them. Twisted, misrepresented, manipulated. When you are boiling in hatred, you simply swallow the shit supplied to you by Shishubala and Saguni. And his gang. Shishubala Saguni gang. Description about Krishna will destroy your life and you will be destroying others' life. Go to Krishna's version about himself. That will liberate you and you will be liberating others. Listen to this satsang intensely. This conscious sovereignty centered buddhi, bhakti, shakti, yukti, strategies. These are the best things you can manifest in your life. This Guru Purnima gift for all of you from me is this conscious sovereignty centered buddhi, shakti, bhakti, yukti as a gift. As a gift. Bring your relationship with the Guru conscious sovereignty centered. He will take care of everything else. He will give you the buddhi to experience you as a conscious sovereign being. He will give you shakti to declare your conscious supremacy over this jagat. with a conscious sovereignty. He will give you yukti. Conscious sovereignty life strategies. Understand? Even morning waking up and doing yoga is a strategy for conscious sovereignty. Doing puja is the strategy for the conscious sovereignty. Eating vegetarian food is a strategy for conscious sovereignty. He will give you all the best yuktis. Guru will give you all the best yuktis for conscious sovereignty. The Madeline Portuguese is writing a message. What an incredible satsang. This is exactly what I needed to hear today. Thank you, Swamiji. Hey, listen. This is exactly what the whole world need to hear. Whole world need to listen. I am talking to each one of you. Whether you are my sweet, deep feeling connected disciple or very deeply connected but very shy to express the devotion, like Maitrik Patel, very deeply connected but very shy, or deeply connected but reluctant warrior, like Anusha Kodali, very deeply connected but reluctant warrior. Oh, I don't know whether I will miss this, I will miss that. Oh, I don't know how I will feel about it. Oh, I don't know after going to Kailas what will be my feeling. Will I be able to sustain? Will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? Will I? This is what I call reluctant warriors. Whatever may be the state or space you are in, I tell you, you all need to listen to this truth today. See, I have some of my balasans, extremely devoted. When I walk, they will come behind me, just following my footsteps. But if there is a need to protect me, defend me, they will just jump in front of me, ready to give even their own life to protect me. I tell you. Some of the most beautiful Tyagis have come down with me from Kailasa. They have come down from Kailasa. You will see their manifestations, how they manifest themselves and hold themselves. You will see now when Kailasa is open to all of you, and when you are all able to come and have the experience of Kailasa physically. That kind of a highly dedicated Tyagi disciples, from that level to people who just got connected yesterday's satsang and feel this guy is talking something with the sense. It is not that as the troll boys, the troll videos and memes guys abuse him. See, many times these trolls and memes guys, they think they can abuse me and try to put some music and edit, cut and twist, manipulate my words and try to spread. But you know, funny thing, I'll give you the statistics. There are millions of people who saw troll video, memes, abusive videos first and then Googled about me, saw the satsang and got connected and became devotees. But we don't have a single person who was a devotee and saw the troll video or memes video and lost the devotion, left me. See the whole scene. So those fools, trolls, abusers, all of them, not only all their efforts are waste, indirectly it is helping my mission. Even though they don't want to help, their intention is no way helping my mission, but the final result is helping my mission. That's the way it is ending. That's the way it is happening. So listen, whether somebody who got connected just yesterday or a great Tyagi, you may be any level disciple. You need to hear this truth. Whole world need to hear this truth of conscious sovereignty. Listen. So many people trolled, distorted, abused my statement about that me, talking to me. Actually, if you see the original video, you will understand this is the Paramadvaita, the ultimate Advaitic statement. Cosmic me, Paramashiva, manifesting in this as me, talking to all of you who are experiencing me in you. All of you experience you as me, me, me. That me in you and the me in me and cosmic me, all three are made of same substance called consciousness. Because I have realized cosmic me, individual me, and the me in you, all three are one and the same. I love cosmic me, the me in you, as me in me. And that me talking through this me to the me in all of you. So many people trolled, I think this is a super hit troll video. But many people who got little curious, triggered, something seems to be like making sense. Why is he telling what he is telling? Let me just Google. Whoever Googled and started seeing more satsangs, they all got connected. They all got connected. I tell you, the truth you need to hear now is conscious sovereignty. The truth you need to meditate now is conscious sovereignty. Hold this in your being. Meditate on it intensely. Wherever you are, you will manifest me. Wherever you are, you will manifest Paramashiva. I am here to give you this bliss, this conscious sovereignty, the ultimate freedom. Especially when you start manifesting one or two powers from your conscious sovereignty, you will get so much strength and confidence on you. About the conscious sovereignty, you will understand what I am doing, my mission. Listen. Every breath I am taking, manifesting as words, is initiation to give you conscious sovereignty. Every movement I am doing is a sweet hug. Shakti Pada, Shaktini Pada, initiating all of you through Sparsha Diksha, giving you conscious sovereignty. Everything I do is to make you experience conscious sovereignty. Realize conscious sovereignty. I tell you. Especially you are going through the third 7. See, first 7 year, second 7 year, third 7 year, fourth 7 year. This third 7 year and fourth 7 year means age 14 to 21 and 21 to 28. This two is the most important period of your life. If you are between 14 to 28 and you withstood this pralaya and stayed back with me, I guarantee you are enlightened. I will manifest conscious sovereignty. in all its dimension in you. Because that is the time internally and externally so much turbulence happens. If you are between 14 and 28 and stayed in Kailasa, means, see, if you have come already into the Kailasa and stayed with me, you won the game. If you have not come at all, but connected as a devotee and stayed as a devotee, continuing as a devotee, and then also again you won the game. Both team never came, but wanting to come, never broke the integrity. You won the Kailasa, you won the game. Came, withstood all this turbulence and pralaya and stayed. You won the game. This is the most crucial time, this 14 to 28, to build the conscious sovereignty. The hormones, chemicals, everything. The way it churns inside, outside. The way you feel about you, because of that, the way you feel about Guru and others. Conscious sovereignty is the truth. You should digest, internalize, hold, build buddhi, bhakti, shakti, yukti out of this powerful truth, conscious sovereignty. It's the ultimate freedom and ultimate enlightenment. Sit now, your head, neck, spine straight. No need to close your eyes. Keep your eyes open intensely, seeing me through all your three eyes. I'll give you Shakti Pada and Shaktini Pada to experience conscious sovereignty. Conscious sovereignty.
என்னப்பனல்லவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம் அளித்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா எங்கும் நிறைந்தவா எண்ணம் கடந்தவா பொங்கும் அருவியாய் ஆனந்தம் தந்தவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயும் அல்லவா தன்னை உணர்த்திடும் தியானம்
ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் தாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் மெய்ப்பொருளான நித்யனை ஆழ்ந்து சிந்திக்க ஐயனின் ரூபம் விளங்கும் யாண்டும் சிவசக்தியாக ஐம்பொறிகளுக்கும் புலனாகின்ற நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் உள்ளும் புறமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் உள்ளும் புறமும் இருந்து உயிர் பக்குவமாக்கிடும் பரமனாம் நித்யன் ஞானப்பாடித்தங்கள் ஏழும் கொண்ட ஞானமும் ஆகியே ஆண்டிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் ஆப்த வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்த்தித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் ஆப்த வாக்கியங்களான அருள் கவிதைகள் நித்யனின் மகிமை சொல்லிடும் மகிமை அர்த்தித்த பின்னே சிவசக்தி ஸ்வரூபமாய் தோன்றிடும் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் திருவண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புண்ணிய கேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை ஊழத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுடை ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் புண்ணிய கேத்திரம் தனிலே நித்யன் உன்னத நீலை ஊழத்தில் வருமே விண்ணவர் மன்னவர் ஒப்ப அகிலம் ஆளும் கீர்த்தியுடை ஈசன் நித்யானந்தன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட நித்யன் ஈரேழு லோகத்திற்கெட்டார் ஈசன் முக்தி நெறி அருளவே நித்யனாய் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் நித்யன் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் முப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூல காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டற்கருள்வான் முப்புரி நூலை தரித்தவன் ஐயன் வேதியன் வெந்நீர் பூசிய நித்யன் அண்டத்தின் மூல காரணன் முடிவற்ற ஆனந்தத்தை தொண்டற்கருள்வான் அண்ணாமலையில் பிறந்தான் புவி எண்ணாத யோகமே கொண்டிட
I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, collective integrity. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailas of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. The state, space, powers, being, and superconsciousness of Paramashiva, Kailas of Paramashiva, Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om, Om. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, collective integrity, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness. And Kailas of Paramashiva. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, collective integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, Paramadvaitam, Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailas of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षिसुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्ररत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वतीस्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञान विश्रुतसकलनिगमागमसारभूत द्राविडवेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासमधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिह्नकाहलादि समस्त बिरदावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संघ सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्ययापवर्गवर्ष विश्राण जीमूत परमत कलभ केसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्हध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वजस्थापक शैव समयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञपीठारूढ श्रीजगद्गुरु श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्धदेशिक स्वामी वागीश सुन्दर माणिक्यवाचक स्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्रीज्ञानसम्बन्ध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामलापीठ सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरियोगीश्वर परम्परागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञपीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परम्परागत काञ्ची कैलास सर्वज्ञपीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तरद्विशततम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्यमङ्गल नित्यकल्याण नित्यरजित कैलास परम्परागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहा
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. Important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive.
Beautifully, Bhagwan explained what is power manifestation, the science of power manifestation. Bhagwan wants each one of us to manifest the superconscious space from what we understand as human being, matter. And what is superconscious being? Conscious sovereignty that Bhagwan explains. To understand the science more and more, if we start manifesting the higher truth, the higher science, it's like somebody teaching you PhD in some weird subject. It is not understood by us, and so we say, I'm bored, it's not interesting, this is not for me. But actually, when we understand this higher science, this is the science of our very own life. This is not some chemistry or biology that you're going to use somewhere. This is the way we exist. If we understand, we'll know how to create the wealth, health, happiness, bliss, auspiciousness, and abundance. Bhagwan gives a science of our manifestation. It's a science each one of us can experience, and it is possible for us to repeat again and again. The pramanas, the evidences from different space that Bhagwan has beautifully listed here. Shastra pramana, the scriptural references, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramana, experience and the results of the Aptas, the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, all of them are authority of Hinduism, and they know how the science of our manifestation works. The conscious sovereignty works, and they use it as a daily life, and they manifested all the powers of Paramashiva, which is time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. The Atma Pramana, Bhagwan himself, account of his divine holiness, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of our manifestation, Bhagwan's very own Leelas. Bhagwan has beautifully manifested all the signs, how a human can have a breakthrough as superconscious being and manifest all the powers. He has demonstrated in all his Leelas all the great powers. Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the experience of millions of disciple devotees, followers all around the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva initiated by Bhagwan. All of us have clearly manifested one or two times many of the powers that we have seen, demonstrated, and we have experienced ourselves. All that possibility exists in us is what reiterates again and again. And Bhagwan beautifully says, whoever comes to the Kailash courtyard, I myself initiate to manifest the powers. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. This is from Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.16, scriptural reference for the power of depth dimension.
अपशुशक्तिः शुद्धतत्त्वसन्धानाद्वा अपशुशक्तिः.
Bhagavan Parameshwara says, by fixing the self on aiming at the pure essence, cognizing from the depth of one's being that all that exists is Parameshwara, the pure essence, and attaining the unity with that pure essence and existential reality, Parameshwara, he experienced Parameshwara and manifests Parameshwara's infinite power. The infinity that we are, absolute that we are. Nothing can be removed from us. Nothing can be lost from us. Nobody can take away anything. Bhagavan beautifully says, you cannot be violated because you are the Brahman. You are the absolute. You are the infinity. You are conscious sovereignty. That who you are. When you function from there, simply you understand the higher science. Buddha was the greatest, one of the greatest avatar, that he was really from childhood beautifully brought up by his father, where he built 4 palaces, one for winter, one for autumn, one for summer, and one for fall. To that extent, he was in such a wealthy place and such a beautiful place. And his father said, okay, I have gone up to the extent. The Swayamvara usually happens when the men go and the women chooses the men those days, but this was the only Swayamvara where he was allowed to choose his wife, where women were all standing in line. To that extent, his father had beautifully set up the whole thing. And when the kid was born, Siddhartha, when he had his child, he thought that is done. Now his attachment is there. So he has his wife, he has his kids, so he will not get into anything. But then he goes outside and his charioteer, these charioteers are the greatest part of our life. These charioteer, Channa, he went and he told, even if you're a king, he went outside with Buddha and he told the Siddhartha at that time that even as a king, you have to face your death. Even as a king, you have to face your disease. Even as a king, you have to face the other's loss. So these things can never be avoided. The old age or the miseries of life or the disease or the death. When he heard that, simply he gave up everything. He said, then what is the point of being a king? I thought I can be a king happily ever after, but it's never that way. As long as you're caught up with the outer world, you are always in the misery because it can never solve anything. It's like you are trying to find the shadow, but you're putting the light on. You can never find it because it can never fulfill you. It is not existential reality. Whatever we seek outside is only confusion, chaos, and more of the problems that we face, and finally we give up on ourselves and others. Instead, when we understand everything is from absolute, who we are, the conscious sovereignty that Bhagavan is beautifully saying, how we exist as conscious being, as subtle we are, like the space. It is there, but we can't see it, but we all know that we exist in the space. But if we understand that how we exist, this body is also made from that space, and the reality is also manifested from that. If we understand this science, Bhagavan says, if you understand the science of the dream and science of dreaming and the deep sleep, you will understand the science of all dimensions. Here Bhagavan beautifully gives us the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana, the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Alvars who have manifested. Nandanar of all of them, the greatest Nayanar from Periya Puranam, where he was melting even the stone with his bhakti. Ferocious bhakti, jnana vairagya bhakti, where he was singing that he could not see his Lord. Without seeing his Lord, how can he go forward with anything in his life? And simply the Nandi started melting away and simply moved from the vision of him not standing between him and the Lord. And simply he got the darshan. When he got the darshan, it is said that he was running on the temple like a new kid got something new, how the small child would be running. He got the darshan. He was so happy that he was running around the temple like a little kid. It was just imagine how it would be when something happens beyond your logic, that Paramashiva manifests through you. You simply go into such a beautiful space. When you go to a temple and you pray, like you pray for your marks, you pray for your job, you pray for your marriage, all the different things, you pray for healing, all that becomes reality. How happy you are, and whatever you wish becomes reality. What happens to you? He was so happy that Nandanar finally just merged into Nataraja when he went to Chidambara. He is not even allowed in a temple, and he landed up merging in Nataraja, the ultimatum. That is the most beautiful science that Bhagavan is teaching all of us, to have the ultimate experience of oneness. Bhagavan beautifully says how we are created as consciousness and how we can experience the oneness space and into the superconscious space of how we are all made from the sea. Whatever we perceive, that is what is who we are. Bhagavan beautifully explains.
In his own mold, I say, God, whether he made man in his own mold or not, I don't know God. But I know Sadashiva, God L. He did not make you in his mold. He made you in his own sea. Listen to this word. I'm using the word sea. S-E-E. Not S-E-A. Listen to this word very carefully. See is an action. I wanted to say, when I see, one end is me, another end is you, another end is you, that's all. Because you are seeing with 2 eyes, what you are seeing, you can't absorb that into you. But I am seeing with the 3 eyes, what I see, I can absorb that into me. And I know it is my own other end. Understand, that is why I am using the word, not even seeing, see. I am giving you exact, literally what I wanted to convey. The relationship between you and Sadashiva. You are the see, not seen, seeing, see of Sadashiva. Listen, just now I made a statement. When you see through the 3rd eye, whatever you see, you can manifest, manipulate as you want. It means what you see will be your own extension. It is you. See, if I can make my right hand bend, do whatever I want I can do, means this is me. What you understand as me is what I convey through the word see. In you, the me is only materially which is connected to you. In me, me is what is connected to me even by see. Listen. For you, me means what is materially connected to you. For me means what is seely connected to me. I don't know how much you catch it. I'll just tell you this small story which really happened. Arunagiri Vishra was trying to explain Advaita to me. He was sitting in the temple. This side, his left side was the Arunachala hill. Right side was the Garbha Mandir of the Arunachala temple. The front, I was sitting. Exact eyes you guys are having now when I say, me is see. how you are. That's exactly the way I was looking at him. He said, see this hill, this Arunachala, you, me, all one and the same. When you put the hand, of course, I was inside the hand. Literally I saw the hill just moving, the Garbha Mandir moving, me moving and disappearing. He, me, hill, Garbha Mandir, all disappearing into him.
Beautiful. Now we can see the same thing, how the devotee is going to manifest the power of consciousness over matter, keeping the object on the ground, moving the object on the ground, clearly displayed as a demonstration. The power of depth dimension, the conscious sovereignty is real, and each of us can experience that, can be easily seen from the devotee who is manifesting the powers just by deeply chanting the Mahavakya, raising to the bhava of Paramashiva, PARASHAKTI, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. So beautifully, here you can see how he is moving the coconut, not by any of the external help, but just chanting the Mahavakya deeply and letting it to move just by the conscious sovereignty. In a minute, you will see the coconut rolling over so beautifully that he is chanting the Mahavakya and making it move so beautifully. All these great moments happens when we surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet. So beautiful. You can see it, that beautifully it has moved absolutely in front of you without any of the external help. Now all of us going to do that either on the ground, or you can use silicon. If you're going to use silicon, that is tab or cell phone, please switch off it completely. Let's get into the beautiful meditation. All these meditation, even as science has proven how it has improved the health, the abundance, and so much of auspiciousness, have now science has clearly proved. And especially Bhagwan being here as Kailash Kotiyad and his presence simply manifesting as your reality, you can see all the abundance and happiness and bliss happening in you. So sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Keep the object. You can have a deity, you can have padukas, you can have anything that you are so connected to that object on the ground or on silicon. And once you place it, you sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Drop your identity completely. You are not so and so that society has labeled you, but you are Paramashiva, what Bhagwan has initiated you into. Hold that as a powerful cognition. I am sitting as PARASHAKTI with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands, so alive, and I am going to experience this oneness with Paramashiva. Hold that, the highest cognition, that is Tyaga, and chant the Mahavakya. While chanting and you being in the bhava, something else happens. Like you have a matchstick and the gas, what happens? It lights up. Same way, when you are in the bhava and simply you start chanting so deeply, forgetting your body, then something else, you go into the space of oneness, the quantum reality, where you become that and manifest. You become PARASHAKTI, what you can manifest. Moving this object, you can make the object fly or go and fall in any place or appear in many places. You can manifest n dimension that you know, each one of you here, hundreds of you who are meditating, who can experience that when you entangle with Bhagwan, chanting the Mahavakya deeply in oneness with Paramashiva. let's start manifesting the power of depth dimension, chanting the Mahavakya. Mahavakya can be any of your Ishta mantra that Bhagavan has initiated also, Om Namah Shivaya or any of them, but deeply chant, your whole being vibrating with it and deep listening to the Mahavakya.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Jnananda
Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivaham.
So beautiful. Whatever you have experienced, you can share it. At the end, we'll have one more cycle again and again. If you're feeling you've not manifested, surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet. Whenever you feel stuck in your life, this is not just moving an object, but it moves all your incompletion and all the blocks that you're stuck in your life. If you're not able to make somebody understand or make somebody listen to you, or something is not working in a relationship, all that gets cleared so beautifully when you are able to move something beyond your logic as conscious sovereignty. That is what Bhagavan again and again says. When you are in the space of oneness, simply the manifestation starts happening from the higher reality. Paramashiva is real. Paramashiva is who you are. Recognizing the higher self of you, you understand the deeper signs, how to manifest your reality and move all the incompletion in life and bring auspiciousness, abundance, relation, job, satisfaction, everything in your life. So moving the coconut, it's so easy. We can take it with a hand and move it, but something else happens in us as the reality. And that is why the reason it also moves, the object matter moves. When you're able to be commanding as consciousness, simply not only you move the matter, but your life itself into the more auspicious direction, making so much of abundance happen in your life. So let's have one more quick cycle and the deep state of oneness with Paramashiva. Again, go into the bhava and chant the Mahavakya continuously. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line, and let's chant the Mahavakya to see what prasada Bhagwan is going to shower on each of us. Whatever it is, keep surrendering to Bhagwan's lotus feet is the best way to unclutch from anything that you know as your identity. Sit as Paramashiva or PARASHAKTI and just chant the Mahavakya deeply, and you'll see the object starts moving as your consciousness more and more merges into the oneness with Paramashiva. So let's start chanting the Mahavakya.
Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Paramashivaham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda Paramashivaham. Om Nityananda.
So beautiful. Whatever Bhagwan has given that you have experienced as the prasada from Bhagwan, surrender to Bhagwan's lotus feet. Whenever Bhagwan gives the powerful cognition, apa manifestation, the initiations, and all that Bhagwan is showering on us, surrender to Bhagwan's feet. Again and again, the lotus feet will simply make you understand the higher cognition that who you are manifesting as the reality. The Paramashiva space in you becomes more and more radiant and powerful. The grace starts flowing in you as reality. How the great Mahatmas started having the grace and such beautiful space because of overflowing gratitude and overflowing go on contributing to others' life. So when you share all these beautiful things in tinyurl.com/powermanifestation, you can thank Bhagwan for all that he's showering on each of us. With that, let's end the session with a Purna Mantra. And thank you whoever is contributing to Kailasha. Anybody who is willing to contribute to Kailasha also can click on the $sign at the end of the YouTube chat, thanking Bhagwan, and whatever you contribute simply brings you so much of abundance. Every temple has a hundi, and every time we go there, we offer our simple dollars whatever the unit of our currency, as simple gratitude, thanking Bhagwan for such a beautiful experience, such a beautiful breakthroughs that we are experiencing, and thanking each and every one of you here who are manifesting all these powers of Paramashiva, experience oneness with Paramashiva. Such a beautiful experience. Let's thank Bhagwan with a deep earning. Let's end the session with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityananda. Thank you so much. See you again after next satsang for Kailash Kotiyar manifesting past sessions. Thank you, Nityananda.
And in this power of body scanning, it awakens the ability to scan any illnesses, diseases, medically diagnosed issues, and provide solutions through the awakened third eye. So the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest the power of body scanning, Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyatvante vyajyate para. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, cognize deeply that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of the whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause Paramashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine powered Paradevi Adi Shakti is revealed, and the supreme power manifestation happens. And the Apta Pramana for the power of body scanning is from the life of Siddha. Terayar was a Siddha and one of the prominent devotees of Agathir. One day, a man suffering from a severe headache comes to Agathir for healing. Agathir uses the power of body scanning and identifies the root cause of the headache. He reveals that there is a type of terai, a small terai, a type of frog, sitting inside the person's brain. Agathir immediately instructs Teraya, his disciple, to perform an open head surgery to remove the frog. After the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed of the headache, and thus he gained the name Terayar. So now we will be seeing the Pratyaksha Pramana. Sorry, the Atma Pramana. On the 22nd December 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, revealed how Swamiji uses the power of body scanning, paraphrasing his own words. Only when I had the multiple compound hand fracture, I was forced to go for a surgery and therefore for medical checkups related to that. At that time, they detected heavy metal quantity in my different organs. It was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body scanning, body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened and where balance had to be done. I use allopathy as the second opinion to verify my findings.
And now all of you can see on the screen the Sakshi Pramana, the few of the screenshots taken from social media where some of the devotees who have been initiated into the powers have shared their experience with the power of body scanning. And now we will also be witnessing the live Sakshi Pramana, where we will be manifesting and demonstrating the powers of body scanning. So whoever would like a body scan, you can put your comments in the YouTube comment section. Yes, and Ma Nusra AI Ansari has asked for body scan. So Ma Pragnana, you can start scanning Ma Nusra AI Ansari. And everyone else who would like a body scanning can put your comments in the YouTube comment section. We can take one more body scanning. Ma Pragnana will now be chanting Mahavakya and scanning for Ma Nusra Ansari.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. So I was able to see that you have frequent headaches and you feel like your body is being strained a lot. For example, if you are using your hand for a long time, then your hand feels like it feels really kind of painful and feels strained. Same way, if you're using your leg, like walking for a long time, very easily your leg exhausts. So I was able to see this, and I was also able to see that you find imbalances in your hair growth. So these are the few things I was able to see. So the solution I was able to see is to chant the Mahavakya and hold the space for your body's healing, and to first remove the cognition that you're straining your body so that the body's you will be able to continue your work without any stress. So I was able to see this.
Yes, great. Ma Alambi, you can get back in the comment section if you were able to relate to what Ma Pragnana has revealed. And with this, today we will be concluding the session of Power Manifestation, the segment, and move on to the further segments. I thank all the viewers for joining us for this Power Manifestation segment. And everyone else who would like a body scan or want to witness these extraordinary powers can every day join us at 2 a.m. IST and 4 p.m. IST, where we will be having these segments again. And once again, I thank all of you for joining us. Thank you, Nityanandam.
Thank you, Nityanandam.
Please stay tuned for the further segments and the PARASHAKTI Akashic Readings.
I welcome you all.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become e-Kailashians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
E-Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. E-Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity.
I welcome you all with my love and respect.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Now we will be entering into the next segment where we will learn who is Devi PARASHAKTI and what are the Akashic readings. We can start the slide share. We can start the slides, camera. Sorry for the technical glitch. Now, we will understand in this segment who is Devi PARASHAKTI and what are the Akashic readings. Next slide, please. Yes, Ma Mother, I think you're muted, Ma.
Yes, sorry about that. So the Dhyana Shloka for Devi PARASHAKTI is from the Lalita Sahasranamam, Dhyana Shloka. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayana Manikya Mauli Spurat Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhi Mapina Vakshoruham Panibhyam Adipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Vipratim Saumyam Ratna Gatasta Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambikam.
And the translation for this is, the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with a triple eyes sporting a crown of rubies, studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus.
Arunam Karunam Tarangatakshim Dritapashankusha Pushpabana Chapam Animadhibiravrita Mayukaihi Rahamityeva Vibhavaye Bhavani.
I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion, and holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands, surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima, and she is the self within me.
And Devi PARASHAKTI is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness. PARASHAKTI is the cosmic mother, and it is in her womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in. It is the source where Big Bang and black holes go on and on. PARASHAKTI is the source Shakti, source energy, source power, and from which all of us came, all of us are in, and which all of us are going to go into, to merge.
Out of her extreme love and compassion, PARASHAKTI herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Jagadguru Mahasanitana Nityananda Parameshwaram, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths Parameshvaran itself. Praising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Jimkara, filled as Parashakti, living in 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is the Kailasa Sripura Chintamani, Parashakti, sitting as part of Parameshva and Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti, Manonmani, Meenakshi, as Nityananda. I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all the goodness. Hiranya Garbhas Parupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashakti, Meenakshi, taking the form of Nityananda. I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you. I took the form of Nityananda and came down as Nijavatara. Raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, expression of existence, from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Parashakti and Purusha, Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Ichcha, Kriya, Jnana, growing as four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six Chakras, filled as Gotras of the seven Rishis, expanding as 8 directions, existing as the 9 grahas, blossoming as 10 indriyas, being as 11 rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing to life, to tell and make truth blossom, and to do good. Parashakti, Meenakshi, in the form of Nityananda, I came to bless every one of you. So how do we receive Devi Parashakti? Literally, you are going to be seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen, so always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. The coin is considered the traditional dakshina. In Hindu tradition, it can be the lowest value. In India, it can even be 1 paise. In the US, it can be a cent even. I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent. It is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, you will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paise is okay. These are the direct words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on how to receive Devi. Offer that to Devi. After darshan is over, do namaskar and eat the banana, betel leaf, and betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect these coins and send it to LA Temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment, that really she is there. You will not take Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. And this is how you set up the tambulam with 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin. Yes, now we will move on to understand what are the Akashic readings. We can start the slide here. So what are the Akashic records? Akashic records are the records created in space. Whatever has happened in time, there is a file. Nothing can be destroyed. Please understand, none of your actions, thoughts, plans, emotions, words, nothing can be destroyed. Akashic records are the cosmic archives of everything happened, happening, and will happen. what are the Akashic records? The Akashic records are the verbal, visual, five-dimensional documents. Whatever is happening is continuously getting recorded. All the information you collected from all of your births is in your DNA. You can access some of them just to understand and not to waste the time doing the same actions again and again.
And the Akashic readings are not a prediction. It is readings from the cosmic archives. So there is no such thing as past, present, and future. Beyond space, where creation and destruction happen simultaneously, and in the dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. But in the Akashic records, there is no past, no present, and no future. And that is why what you call as happening, and yet to happen is already clearly recorded.
In Swamiji's own words, nobody has a right to comment on these readings. Nobody has a right to manipulate these readings. Nobody has a right to interpret these readings. They are complete unto themselves. For anybody to live in tune with the cosmos, the Jivan Mukti, living enlightenment does not need any special practice other than listening to the great readings again and again. When you listen to these great readings, naturally, your negative logic is penetrated. These great truths settle in your inner space and they make you live enlightenment.
And only an avatar can decode the Akashic readings. As the avatar of Parameshwar, the supreme point of Hinduism, has graced humanity with the blessings and darshan in the form of Devi PARASHAKTI, revealing answers to questions to the questions of the yearning of seekers as solutions, breakthroughs, and liberating humanity from pain and suffering. And any answers given by Devi PARASHAKTI is not just an answer, but a karmic breakthrough for all of us and for the receiver. And the Shastra Pramana for the power of Akashic readings is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Dharana 61 and Sutra 84. Akasham vimalam pashyan kritva drishtim nirantaram stabdatma tatshanat devi bhairavam vapurapnuyat.
And the translation goes, Bhagavan Parameshiva says, looking at this infinite etheric space, Akasha, beyond the sky and clouds, one should fix one's gaze from the third eye without blinking continuously and make the body and inner space steady and motionless. In that very moment, O Devi, one attains the nature and powers of the infinite space, Bhairava.
Of Akashic readings is from the Hindu He was cursed.
What are the benefits of having your Akashic readings read? The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says that all the information you collect from all of your births is in your DNA. You can access some of them just to understand and not to waste time doing the same actions again and again. Accessing the DNA code, reading the Akashic records will be useful for you to be liberated from your default future, bringing an end to the binding cognitions, known and unknown, suffering, leading you to experience enlightenment. Padmashlokam.
only an avatar can alter the Akashic feelings. Of course, uninitiated Balasan can view the Akashic chords. However, only the avatar can edit, alter, upgrade, and change the Akashic chords. So during the darshan and diksha, as the supreme point of Hinduism, blesses and upgrades the Akashic chords as per the prayer of the devotees.
And what can you learn from these Akashic readings? You can understand the most accurate and unbiased answer to any question about your life, destiny, purpose, or any and everyday part of your life. You can be spiritually healed of physical and emotional problems with just a look or word, and understand the reasons behind your life purposes, happenings. You can receive blessings to fulfill your right desires and get the clarity to redesign your future.
And now with this, we come to the conclusion of this segment, and we will be moving on to the further segments. So please stay tuned. We will be back after a short break.
saw how black fungus in the news and by the authorities was denied and dismissed for many months, and then declared an epidemic by several states within India, then declared as a pandemic within a pandemic. We also are going to see